The minimum safe clearance distance between utility-owned power lines and the waterline of a swimming pool is 10 feet. This clearance is essential to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of individuals using the pool. Understanding and maintaining this safe distance is crucial for pool owners and anyone working near power lines and pools. Firstly, electrical safety is paramount when dealing with swimming pools due to the conductive nature of water. Water readily conducts electricity, which means any accidental contact between a power line and the pool water can result in a dangerous electrical shock. Secondly, power lines, especially those owned by utility companies, carry high voltages. These voltages can be extremely lethal, even at a distance. An arc of electricity can jump from a power line to a nearby object, including a person or the pool water, if the clearance is insufficient. Thirdly, the 10-foot clearance rule is a minimum requirement established to provide a buffer zone that significantly reduces the risk of electrical accidents. This clearance accounts for factors such as the sagging of power lines due to temperature changes or wind, and the potential for accidental contact during maintenance or repairs. In addition, several factors contribute to the importance of maintaining this clearance. One is the potential for power lines to sag. Power lines can sag due to various factors, including temperature changes and the weight of ice or snow. Sagging reduces the vertical clearance between the power line and the ground or any objects below, including the pool water. Another factor is wind-induced movement. Wind can cause power lines to sway horizontally, reducing the horizontal clearance between the lines and the pool. High winds can significantly decrease this clearance, increasing the risk of electrical hazards. Also, the potential for accidental contact exists. Accidental contact can occur during maintenance activities such as cleaning the pool, trimming trees near the pool, or using long-handled tools in the pool area. Insufficient clearance increases the likelihood of accidental contact with power lines. Regular inspections are also important. Pool owners should regularly inspect the area around the pool for any potential hazards, including power lines that appear to be too close. If any concerns arise, contact the utility company immediately to assess the situation and take appropriate action. Also, vegetation management is a must. Trees and other vegetation growing near power lines can reduce the clearance. Regular trimming of trees and vegetation is essential to maintain the required clearance. Contact the utility company for assistance with trimming vegetation near power lines, as they often have specific requirements and trained personnel to perform this task safely. Furthermore, awareness and education is important. Educate all pool users about the dangers of power lines and the importance of maintaining a safe distance. Post warning signs near the pool to remind people of the potential hazards. It's also important to understand the consequences of violating clearance requirements. Violating clearance requirements can result in serious injury or death. Electrical shocks can cause burns, muscle contractions, cardiac arrest, and other life-threatening conditions. In addition, non-compliance with clearance regulations can result in legal penalties and fines. Utility companies and regulatory agencies have the authority to enforce clearance requirements and take action against those who violate them. Also, there are several steps you can take to ensure compliance. Firstly, measure the distance. Accurately measure the distance between the power lines and the pool water to ensure it meets the minimum requirement of 10 feet. Use a measuring tape or other appropriate tool to obtain an accurate measurement. Secondly, consult with professionals. If you are unsure about the clearance or have any concerns, consult with a qualified electrician or the utility company. They can assess the situation and provide recommendations for ensuring safety. Thirdly, relocate the pool or power lines if necessary. If the clearance is insufficient and cannot be easily corrected, consider relocating the pool or having the power lines moved. This may involve significant expense and planning, but it is the most effective way to eliminate the risk of electrical hazards. In addition, there are regulations and standards that govern electrical safety around swimming pools. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides detailed requirements for electrical installations near swimming pools, including clearance distances from power lines. Local building codes and regulations may also have specific requirements for pool safety. The utility company may have its own standards and guidelines for maintaining safe clearances around power lines. Also, it's important to understand that maintaining the correct clearance distance is not a one-time task but an ongoing responsibility. Factors such as vegetation growth, weather conditions, and changes to the pool or surrounding area can affect the clearance over time. Regular monitoring and maintenance are essential to ensure continued compliance and safety. In the event of an emergency, such as a power line falling into the pool, it is crucial to take immediate action to protect yourself and others. Firstly, do not enter the pool. If a power line falls into the pool, the water will become energized, and anyone who enters the pool is at risk of electrocution. Secondly, call for help immediately. Call 911 or the local emergency number to report the situation and request assistance. Also contact the utility company to report the downed power line and request that they de-energize the line. Thirdly, warn others to stay away. Warn others to stay away from the pool and any nearby conductive objects, such as metal fences or ladders. Fourthly, wait for professional assistance. Wait for qualified emergency responders and utility workers to arrive and assess the situation. Do not attempt to move the power line or rescue anyone from the pool yourself, as this could put you at risk of electrocution. Therefore, the 10-foot clearance rule is not just a number, it's a critical safety measure designed to protect lives. By understanding the reasons behind this requirement and taking proactive steps to ensure compliance, pool owners and communities can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents and create a safer environment for everyone. Also, consider the horizontal clearance. The horizontal clearance refers to the distance between the power lines and the edge of the pool, measured horizontally. The NEC specifies a minimum horizontal clearance of 10 feet from the inside walls of the pool to overhead service conductors. This clearance is intended to prevent accidental contact with power lines while swimming or using the pool. In addition, there is vertical clearance. The vertical clearance refers to the distance between the power lines and the water level of the pool, measured vertically. The NEC specifies a minimum vertical clearance of 22.5 feet for insulated communications cables, 24.5 feet for service conductors limited to 300 volts to ground, and 25.5 feet for service conductors exceeding 300 volts to ground. These clearances are designed to prevent accidental contact with power lines while standing or reaching near the pool. Also, consider the underground wiring. In addition to overhead power lines, underground wiring can also pose a hazard near swimming pools. The NEC requires that underground wiring be buried at a sufficient depth to prevent accidental contact during excavation or other activities. The minimum burial depth for underground wiring is typically 18 inches, but this may vary depending on the voltage and type of wiring. Also, equipotential bonding is important. Equipotential bonding is a technique used to minimize voltage differences in and around the pool area. Bonding involves connecting all metal parts of the pool, such as the pool shell, metal ladders, and metal fencing, to a common grounding point. This helps to create a uniform electrical potential throughout the pool area, reducing the risk of electric shock. In addition, ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are essential safety devices for swimming pools. GFCIs are designed to detect even small amounts of electrical leakage and quickly shut off the power to prevent electric shock. The NEC requires that all electrical outlets and equipment within a certain distance of the pool be protected by GFCIs. Also, there are several other important safety tips to follow when using a swimming pool. Firstly, never use electrical appliances near the pool. Keep electrical appliances, such as radios, hair dryers, and extension cords, away from the pool to prevent accidental contact with water. Secondly, avoid swimming during thunderstorms. Lightning strikes can travel through water, so it is important to avoid swimming during thunderstorms. Thirdly, supervise children closely. Children should always be supervised by a responsible adult when using the pool. Fourthly, learn CPR. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, is a life-saving technique that can be used to revive someone who has suffered an electric shock or other medical emergency. Take a CPR course to learn how to respond to emergencies. Therefore, Understanding and adhering to the minimum clearance requirements for power lines near swimming pools is crucial for ensuring safety and preventing electrical hazards. Regularly inspect the area around the pool, maintain vegetation, and educate pool users about the dangers of power lines. In the event of an emergency, take immediate action to protect yourself and others. By following these safety guidelines, you can create a safer swimming environment for everyone. Also, remember to check local regulations. Local building codes and regulations may have specific requirements for pool safety, including clearance distances from power lines. Consult with your local building department to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. In addition, consider the role of qualified electricians. Qualified electricians play a crucial role in ensuring the safety of electrical installations near swimming pools. They have the knowledge and experience to properly install and maintain electrical equipment, including GFCIs, bonding systems, and underground wiring. If you have any electrical concerns or are planning any electrical work near your pool, consult with a qualified electrician. Also, be aware of the dangers of stray voltage. Stray voltage, also known as neutral to earth voltage, is a phenomenon that can occur when electrical current flows through unintended pathways. Stray voltage can be present in and around swimming pools, and it can pose a serious electric shock hazard. If you suspect that stray voltage is present in your pool, contact a qualified electrician to investigate and resolve the issue. Furthermore, understand the importance of regular maintenance. Regular maintenance is essential for keeping your pool and electrical equipment in good working order. Inspect your pool regularly for any signs of damage or wear, and address any issues promptly. Clean your pool regularly to remove debris and prevent the buildup of algae or bacteria. Also, have your electrical equipment inspected and tested regularly by a qualified electrician. In addition, consider the impact of climate change. Climate change is causing more frequent and intense weather events, such as heat waves, storms, and floods. These events can increase the risk of electrical hazards near swimming pools. Be prepared for extreme weather events by taking steps to protect your pool and electrical equipment. For example, you may want to install a backup generator to provide power during a power outage. Therefore, maintaining a safe distance from power lines is essential for preventing electrical accidents and ensuring the safety of everyone who uses the pool. By following the guidelines outlined in this video, you can create a safer swimming environment for yourself, your family, and your community. Also, remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. Be aware of the potential hazards associated with power lines and swimming pools, and take steps to protect yourself and others. If you have any questions or concerns, consult with a qualified electrician or the utility company. By working together, we can create a safer world for everyone.